Hello, everybody. How you doing? This is Nathan, but the truth. Okay, and I just wanted to share with you a few things that's been kind of bothering me because so many people in the black community really have no clue as to what's going on, and when they're told or forewarned with some of the big exciting news that's being covered up, and they're being targeted, told that they're being targeted, and they want to go into oh gosh, I would say denial. That's sad. I think that is so crippling. And then they use cognitive dissonance to resort back to that comfort zone, not realizing that, like one young guy said, we have a stronger case for King George than them some bitches did back there in the 1770s. And let me tell you about that so that then you can understand the correlation he made. In the 1770s, United States was just colonies, okay? They hadn't crossed over I would say, the St. Louis passageways. So the West was not one, so to speak. Very, very few settlements was trying to be established. So England controlled all the lands here on the Americas, and they were charging taxes to the settlers. The settlers is paying the taxes like they good old tax-paying folks like you guys, but only they weren't getting anything. They didn't have the farming. The farming that England allowed was textiles, not food. Okay, so them folks was essentially starving in the colonies here, and England was their provider. And they weren't providing for them properly. They weren't doing anything for them. They were just taking from them. Okay? And what happened was a group of farmers got together. And I'm going to say that again. Farmers got together under an old oak tree, about 20 some of them, gathered up, and they would start talking. Sort of like what I'm telling you I'm trying to do. Grassroots. Let's just talk about this situation here for a minute. They talked religion, politics, economics, the things that black men are told not to talk about. Oh man, there's three things you don't talk about. Don't talk about money, don't talk about politics, don't talk about religion. Oh, shame, shame, shame. You better not talk about that. And I'll be like, good Negro. Don't stand close to me when you talk like that, because I will open your throat up. Because I will take you out your misery. I'm not trying to kill you. I'm just trying to take you from a state of misery. Because you got to be a miserable son of a bitch to sit up and talk like that. The greatest, most powerful nation in the world was established because they bold enough to talk about religion, politics, and economics. Money, politics, oh yeah, and religion. What we're gonna do with that? Oh yeah, they talked about those things. And that 20-some men grew to 49. And by the time they were 49, they knew that they were really strong enough, because they came from different counties of farming, that they had enough influence over their fellow farmers in their particular areas that they could go and present to them a document called the Declaration of Independence. 49 of them. Now there's, I think, 56 signatures on it, but the others came later. But the amount of men under that old oak tree that sat up there talking about what they were going to do, they knew, because they even said, this is treasonous, y'all. This is going to get us killed. These motherfuckers is going, King George is coming for our head. This is the unthinkable. Because what we're talking about doing is standing up and fighting the devil. And they all put their name down on that paper. And any man who put his name down on that piece of paper was signing his own death warrant. So this is where I'm at with y'all. When I'm talking about we getting together and doing these town hall meetings, what do you think the number one issue that brothers is going to be raising? Independence. Declaring our independence. Oh yeah. The moment that's done, that's war. United States doing all this bluff talking with North Korea and China, you better not do this, and Iran, you better not do this. And they got 40 some million soldiers inside of their own goddamn country that has just said, we're dividing. We're separating. What do you think that's going to do? I'm going to tell you. Korea becomes one country. And maybe even go into their archipelagos and claim Japan. Because Japan is Korea. That's their archipelagos, okay? Let's not fuck with it, okay? See, I'm going to tell you shit that you don't want to hear that is being displayed out there in Whiteville, okay? China is going after Taiwan. In the 80s, Taiwan was a colony of Britain, but there was a contract that Britain will release the colony back to China. And China would reclaim their land, their island, Taiwan. That's a fact. Taiwan claiming, oh, we want to be independent. That's between you and China. The rest of the world ain't got shit to do with that because you are China. You allowed yourself to be controlled for all those years under the British colonies. And it wasn't until the 80s that British released you. Okay? That's a fact. Y'all don't understand what ISIS is. ISIS was created by the United States to counter see y'all, this fuck y'all's heads up, okay? But to counter their fight in Afghanistan, not against the Taliban. The Taliban is not a military. Taliban is a political party. They were merely the politics of Afghanistan. Okay? So ISIS, which is Iraq, Syria. Okay? Yeah. Those countries coming together as one. That's what ISIS was created by the United States. And now all of a sudden ISIS is a dirty word to y'all. Israel created Hamas in retaliation to PLO, Palestinian Liberation Organization, who they just hated. They were the political representation of Palestine. Then Israel created Hamas to do the same thing. Now they want to do away with Hamas and talking about bringing in another governance over the Palestinian people. And when they turn around and say, hey, listen, we're going to protect our people, they're going to turn on them too. They're going to be terrorists again. Can't be terrorists in your own land. You guys, it's going to be talked about. All that shit that the United States is trying to hold on to and cling to reminds me of How to Catch a Monkey. There in the Congo, that African hunter, a monkey is part of his diet. So he hunts monkeys, and the way he do it, he can't climb the tree. He can't run as fast as that monkey. He just, but he can outsmart that monkey. So he takes this vase, these vase, tall, beautiful vase made of wicker, and they had a small opening that's this small, and the rest of it blooms out. He takes a crystal ball, a ball that he puts pieces of glass and mirror all around to make it look real pretty, and he puts it inside of that vase. And the opening is just big enough for that ball to just slide right through. And so that monkey comes through, and it's wicker, and the sun's shining in, and he looks inside of there, and he sees that crystal ball. Well, that monkey, he goes and reaches his hand in there to get that crystal ball. But he can't take his hand out because he's holding that crystal ball. And the neck of it is too small. So that monkey is pulling and pulling and pulling. And he's trying and trying, and he can't get that ball out. Well, while he's making all this ruckus and noise, the hunter hears him. Okay? So the hunter don't run. The hunter's grinning. Them Africans, y'all. I'm messing with them Africans now. Got 50-some teeth going across their face. He grinning. And he walking up on that monkey, and that monkey's there screaming and yelling. Can't get his hand out of that goddamn vase because he got that crystal ball, and he wants that crystal ball. And he can't get his hand out, and he's panicking, and he's screaming. And all the while, that hunter just walking up to him, just grinning and smiling. And that just grinning and smiling. And that monkey can't let that goddamn thing go. He don't have enough sense to know I should let this ball go, roll the ball out of the damn thing, grab the ball, and run. Or just leave it the hell alone, let it go, and pull my hand out and run. That monkey don't have enough sense to do that. So he's holding on to that crystal ball, and he's, and Hunter walks right up to him and busts him in the head with that goddamn club and busts his skull wide open. And then that hand is relaxed. The hunter pulls that hand out and leaves that boss there with the crystal ball back in it to get another monkey. Take that monkey on back to the village, and they eat his ass. This is the white man that you're dealing with now. That son of a bitch can't let go of the goddamn crystal ball. His mentality won't allow him to let go of that crystal ball. All the shit that Netanyahu is doing over there ain't doing nothing but bringing down all global white supremacy. The media has lost all integrity, no ethics. They've lost it all. There's not one reporter. All the reporters do is talk about Hamas like they and killing and pro-Israel, everything pro-Israel, because they can't let go of the crystal ball. The crystal ball is global white supremacy. And them motherfuckers ain't gonna let that shit go. And that's gonna kill them. Because now they got the two factions in the United States going at each other. Okay? And what's gonna happen when the most powerful, the biggest army in the world stands together? That's my next video, because y'all don't know the numbers, and I'm going to break it down to you and fuck your heads up. But what's happening is, them son of a bitch won't let go of the crystal ball, and then there's men like me that's going to bring black men together, and the first thing them black men going to talk about is divesting. We want our independence. And we're not asking you for it. We're telling you we're declaring our independence. See, a lot of y'all Negroes want to sit up and talk about reparation. I don't ask for a goddamn thing. I take what I want. And when you talk about independence, now you're talking about just simply, hey, listen, them southern states, good farming. Take it back. Shit, I worked on it for free for hundreds of years. That's mine. And if you think that brown motherfucker over there in the Southwest is going to sit up and see us go there, and he's not going to say, I want my daddy's land back. If you ever seen the show Sanford and Son, where Blind Mellow Jelly's son go in there, I want my daddy's records. Okay, that's that brown motherfucker down there in the Southwest. And if anybody in Texas don't believe it, they need to start learning some Spanish, because that motherfucker is one gonna tell you, remember the Alamo. He want his daddy's land back. He ain't gonna sit up there and allow the black man to sit up here and create all that ruckus. And here, California, Arizona, New Mexico, and Texas is gonna go back to being Mexico. He want his daddy's land back. That's his daddy's land. I don't give a fuck what y'all say. Those are indigenous people that are alive that didn't get exterminated. See, the others got exterminated. You go to any Indian casino and all the people on the board is all white with blonde hair, blue eyes. Those aren't the Indians. They were exterminated. They looked at like me. You're gone. Never to ever be seen on this earth again. But those Mexicans ain't gone nowhere. And they want their goddamn daddy's land. And that black man, he gonna want his great granddaddy's land that his great granddaddy sat up there and bled over, worked from sun up to sundown. Don't think I'm just talking shit. This is the reality, you guys. This is the reality. They know it. Some of them they use the Bible as reference to tell them what's coming next. And one of the things that's scaring the fuck out of them is the fact that the people who call themselves Jews are going to have to admit to the world that they're not the Jews. That's right there in y'all's revelation. Y'all so-called Christian, y'all better wake the fuck up. Because you were sitting up here admitting that you're going to be on the side of Satan as a Christian. Y'all better wake up. Because what I'm pushing for is for brothers to get together and start talking, and I'm going to tell you what they're going to talk about, what they're going to be pushing for. That independence could be a scary goddamn thing. So I just want you to know I love you, and I'm Nathan Robinson, and I am back quiet.